Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to another episode. And before I start, I would like to thank the brothers Muhammad and Muhammad of Ummah Media Productions for putting this all together. May Allah reward you all and bless you for your endeavors. Ameen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال الله تعالى: اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يحيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. You should know that the life of this world is no more than play, amusement, things that activate the desire, luxury, or beautification, mutual boasting and competition in wealth and children. This is like rain that comes down to causes the plant to grow, to the delight of the farmer. But later, the plants dry up and you will see them wither, then they are chaff. But later, the plants dry up and you see them wither, then they are chaff. And in the hereafter, or the next life, which will be everlasting, there will be either severe punishment or forgiveness and pleasure from Allah. Whereas the life of this world is no more than the delusion of enjoyment. Surah Hadid, Surah Al-Hadid, verse 20. Our life will be soon like that moment we experience of play. Remember the innocent childhood of happiness and those long days of playing hide and seek, riding your bikes to other neighborhoods, just riding until the area you ride to become very different. Not realizing until you are an adult and just remembering the experience of riding your bike from Newark to Warranacle Park in Linden. When we dream back to the age of the Billy the Kid sneakers, it was just a moment in time. The first 10 years of our life condensed into one thought, one reflection. As I ponder, may Allah forgive us, Ameen. How many of us can relate a complete memory of a day by taking an entire day to narrate the memory? The joyous memory of Laib, playful time, the time of satisfying the desires and the beauty of it all. Looking upon these printed words of Allah, in this natural state of being we all experience, is this sinful? Are times of play, satisfaction of desires, and beautification wicked? Weakening people to be oblivious to the direction of the social functioning objectives upon each generation. To clarify, times of play is not sinful if people do not go to the extreme with the time of play, living life with the intentions of filling one's satisfaction with play, looking to experience the Super Bowl while sacrificing other important matters in the personal life. You know what is messed up about this? The person who lets everyone know he is going to the Super Bowl. Then afterwards, he returns with complaints with everything from the moment entering the airport to check in. Yo, homie came to the airport with Jordache jeans on and leather troop high top sneakers. Bro, who still wears that? Then he said he was saving these for this occasion. Would you believe the security detained us because of they thought we had fake IDs? All because he was wearing those Jordache jeans and those dorky troop sneakers. The ticket gate police telling me I wasn't born in Newark because they cannot find in the system Martland Hospital. I'm like, officer, first is Newark. Second, go to any window at the terminal and tell me what's that big orange building on the hill. Man, I knew the trip was going to be messed up when I seen him in those jeans and those dorky sneakers. You get the picture? The preparation of the future according to this individual's mentality. Then experiencing what he works toward, and it becomes a moment upon returning from the event which may have took him 2 years to prepare. اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو. The goal of providing people with gratification is a very sophisticated business. It is more to the infrastructure of just a football game. Witnessing two teams competing on the field against each other, displaying their coordinated movement, which produces the favorite player to move in a manner that the viewers are dazed with the style the favorite player is performing within the confine of the design based upon the team's playbook. When I consider the movement of the favorite player, it seems to rest in my mind. Who are the majority of the favorite players? Whom display unique movement with grace. A movement which has been detailed in the 17th century regards to the description of the Indians of North Carolina. They had well-built physiques and moved with grace and perfection that dazzled the eyesight. This unique movement, highlighted within the coordinated movement, is amongst the visual effects which stimulate the crowd to receive satisfaction, as well as the encouragement to spend more money. A financial benefit for every business or corporations, connected along the lines of the infrastructure within the goals of ensuring the business success for providing the gratification of the football game. As I now verbally express my extended contemplation based upon my book, Rock the Mic, the perception of this segment of the entertainment business allows me to understand now the staunch opposition towards Colin Kaepernick and my brother Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, both who attempted to awaken, or let's say reveal, to the people who are being incoherent to reality. The question is, how does this beneficial financial benefit of the football game, what's the term, trickle down to the location the game is hosted? Where is the track record detailing how those visiting dollars benefit the location to the extent the populace of the hosted location can witness a positive effect to their lives based upon the football game. Can anyone testify their property taxes were reduced as a result of prosperity generated from the football game? To the contrary, property value increases. That allows for the municipality to increase property taxes to attract those who desire to live close to the venue for the football game and other entertainment events that will possibly occur within the arena. The concept of rental property disappears and is replaced with leasing property with a monthly expense that is designed to be out of the range of the cost of living for the residents who lived within the jurisdiction for a generation or more. As the area becomes improved to a lovely eyesight area, these historic residents are forced to find affordable housing a distance away, forcing these victims of gentrification, possibly even searching for new employment as the result for searching for affordable housing, which may not exist within their native jurisdiction. As I adapt my thoughts into sounds, does it seem more apparent people are financially restricted, which prevents them from becoming property owners? That allows the same district in each city to welcome gentrification. As I adopt my thoughts into sound, does it seem more apparent people are financially restricted, which prevents them from becoming property owners? That allows the same district in each city to welcome gentrification. Oppressive is the concept of gentrification when residents have for years requested better service and protection from being victims of crime, only to witness the answer to their long-awaited request with the subtle luxury living remodeling eviction. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. The life of this world is no more than the delusion of enjoyment. As this verse of Surah Al-Hadid is accurately detailing for the children of Adam the effect of life as we pursue aspects of living to consider while we are in pursuit. How these aspects of life affect our perspectives and our mentality before death occurs. Because once we are approached by the angel of death, it will be a final reflection without any return, with the reality of the known phrase, was those worth it all? One of the conflicts with gentrification and events such as a heavily populated football game, which does not benefit the struggling populace, which consistently is attacked poverty, is the propaganda of trickling down economy. A sophisticated statement which deceives people about the notion of viewing those who are poor should just eat cake. Yo, I got mine. You need to go get yours. In this hardcore statement, perceiving the person which is targeted is not performing in the manner the orator is convinced. But is the orator truly getting his or hers under the ideal of equality when the corporations continuously recruit people from other countries to employ due to cheaper wages? You should know that the worldly life is no more than play amusement, things that attract desires, luxury or beautification, mutual boasting, and competition in wealth and children. The unique presentation of this verse of Quran is that it places our visual from the present into a future known event which every person is naturally aware will occur. Then, while placing us within this known future event, detailing to us while we're experiencing the future event, we will be looking back into now, reflecting about the efforts we strive towards based upon intentions. May Allah forgive us and guide us. Ameen. Let's observe how those who influence to implement policies for society directed our focus to the halftime entertainment for one of the Super Bowls. After a large percentage of people stated they will boycott the football game. Once those who had influence were able to present a change in adaptability, most of the people cannot even remember the reason of the boycott. That is, if they even remember there was a boycott. Exactly the experience Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and Fleetwood Coupe de Ville had while visiting the Poppy Girls in the Wiz movie, an actual location on 42nd Street and not 40 Deuce, because originally 40 Deuce is in Richmond, Virginia. So I am referring to 42nd Street in Manhattan, which used to be a parking lot during the time of that movie production. Maybe 150 yards from the distance from the famous runaway prostitution recruitment center, officially erected as the Port Authority bus terminal. But this is nothing new. Since corporations design new facilities for the old, outdated facilities, which are in other regions where the influence of the labor union are not as strong compared to the corporation's original region. Thus, having the blue-collar worker to decide on whether paying bills and providing for a family is worth sacrificing while manufacturing jobs slowly disappear. It is all the same, like the tale of Come Back Charleston Blue. We are constantly hearing our leaders state they will bring back manufacturing jobs. Then again, who decided to allow manufacturing companies to migrate outside of the nation? In this present day, what jobs are considered manufacturing? Along with this question, the jobs which are considered manufacturing, what are the products of their manufacturing objectives? I remember how teenagers and young adults provided for themselves with positions as a cashier. Presently, those jobs are now computers and artificial intelligence. I remember when I was younger in the 1980s, my grandmother's brother, Evander Lanier, stated the cash registers of the 1980s will put people out of work. Look at the situation now. This advancement of computation and the instant records of sales growth. Is this advancement sincerely an efficiency for the corporations that will trickle down to the common people, generating an easy life for society? Or is the alleged easy life due to unemployment? No. Amongst the efforts of this life in this world is competition against one another of acquiring wealth. Should we consider the removal of the methods to earn a living which people have been adapted to rely on without replacing the methods as competition. Thus, who is to blame? The greed of corporation executives or the ideology developed within the society which most of the people do not contemplate over, yet generate so much energy of opposition towards individuals who may sermonize the methods to promote concepts of trickle down economy. When we are continuously presented with personalization of policies, the energy is weakened and generating of frustrational anger strengthens. The reason frustrational anger strengthens is due to the objectives towards individuals and not the mentality which corruption directs society to the known ways of collapse. The individuals are targeted because of their sound of expression is not scripted within the confines of inspiring the complete population of the nation based upon the ideas of democracy that the alleged founding fathers tagged across the portrait. The individuals are targeted because of their sound of expressions is not scripted within the confines of inspiring the complete population of the nation based upon the ideas of democracy that the alleged founding fathers tagged across the parchment with the fountain pen. The sound of expressions that the targeted individuals vocally exert expires an exclusive population. This exclusive population always desired to claim privileges of the 17th century development within the wilderness of North America. When one truly observes the people flocking to join this exclusive group, convinced they will obtain the privileges of the colonists of the 17th century, many of these followers' ancestry in North America begins after the 1900s Ellis Allen entry. How many of the listeners ever considered the possibility they may not have a large percentage of ancestors from an enslaved state of being? How many of the listeners ever considered the possibility that if they had an ancestor who had experienced the enslavement state of being, that depending on the time period, it is more likely their ancestors were amongst the natural resources of the wilderness of North America, known as the copper tone heathen savage American, known to reside in the eastern woodland region prior to being renamed the Northeast and Southeast regions of the United States of America. How many people become touchy-feely with these words entering into their ears and interacting with their brain cells? Is this touchy-feely equal to the statements of Governor DeSantis, woke propaganda, book banning, and the benefits of slavery agenda? Or do both concepts generate different emotions of touchy-feely? So, where does your ancestry lie within these events? Let's compare. One traces back to the wilderness of North America, while the other traces back to the infancy of the United States of America. Now stop at the intersection where the two interchanges. Does Governor DeSantis' ancestry exist within this mid-1800 era? How does this propaganda improve Florida society? Then again, when did Florida become a state of the Union? What is the state's history in relationship to Cuba and Puerto Rico? Now that I think about it, were the slave plantations in Florida in the amount equal to South Carolina? The only interesting aspect of Governor DeSantis' halting of the Black history lessons is I haven't heard anyone state the governor was lying about the infusion of the homosexual history within the lessons of Black history. So, what is the objective to propagandize such concept of dissension? What benefit to a former naval officer who by the way, is a lawyer does this propaganda provide? Maybe nothing. But what the propaganda provides for those who adhere to the lineage of slavery without authentically knowing for a fact that their personal ancestry was chained to the cotton is a mentality of frustrational anger. When a significant amount of people are trapped within this touchy-feely concept, pacing back and forth in the borders of the frustrational anger, grumbling, grumble, regards to the benefits of slavery concept, the people's state of being diminishes to the darkness of stagnation, resulting in the achievement for the scientists of technology. Meanwhile, the competing continues for those who have a firm foundation within society with one less competitor. اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يحيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. You should know that the worldly life is no more than play, amusement, things that activate the desire, luxury or beautification, mutual boasting, and competition in wealth and children. This is like rain that comes down to causes plants to grow to the delight of the farmer. But later, the plants dry up and they become chaff. And in the hereafter, the next life will be everlasting. And it will either be severe torment or forgiveness and pleasure from Allah. And the world of this life is no more than the delusion. May Allah guide us. May Allah help us. Assalamu alaikum.